we have a progesterone deficiency. There are quite a lot of women today who have estrogen dominance, and that will be shown with things like PMDD, PMS, fibroids, and things like endometriosis as well, and ovarian cysts, as well as a few various other things. And the cause is because of estrogen. You have too much of it and there's not enough progesterone. So what we have to do is help our bodies raise progesterone, and we can do this with food. And I have covered this in my recipe book, Health Empowerment, to teach you what foods to eat to help raise that progesterone so that estrogen doesn't take over. It's the estrogen that is causing all of these symptoms that women are experiencing, including myself. I have been there as well. I do sometimes get it. But we are feeding our body with too much estrogen in things such as dairy products. I'm not sure whether people are aware of this, but when you have dairy, the animal already has estrogen. And today, the animal is being fed more estrogen to help it grow. So when you put that estrogen into your body, a body that is already estrogen dominant, you are then feeding yourself with more estrogen. So if you eat so much dairy every day, then you're just going to keep feeding that estrogen, and then you get those symptoms every single month, or whether you have endometriosis or whether you have fibroids, etc. Those symptoms are there. And if you are premenopausal, you're in the age category as am I, then what is happening now is most women are also estrogen dominant and they have low progesterone, and this is why they're beginning to get premenopausal symptoms. So diet plays such a huge role in our hormone health, and if we're not eating the right foods to raise progesterone, lower estrogen, eating enough fiber to pull estrogen out of your bowel, then these symptoms are going to continue. So if you really want to stop your symptoms, you are going to have to look at the foods that you're putting into your mouth, and also think about how much chronic stress you have, because when you are stressed out, that also lowers our progesterone levels. So if you are not doing anything to stop your stress, whether it be nice walks in the nature, if you are able to get any sunshine, if you do yoga, if you do breath work, if you do meditation, if you take adaptogenic herbs, as do I, and I teach you all of these things in my books, then you need to be taking something to help support cortisol, because cortisol will lower your progesterone levels. So these symptoms are occurring because you have a hormone imbalance, and your symptoms are not normal. None of these symptoms are normal. We should just be sailing by with no symptoms, and especially when you hit premenopause and menopause. At the moment, I'm hearing so many women have these symptoms, and there was one comment I read, and she was like, my hot sweats were so bad, I had to get my hair cut off because it was just, my hair was annoying me because it was just sticking to me all the time. So these symptoms are a sign that you have an imbalance in your body, and every symptom is occurring for various different reasons in a woman's body, but ultimately we can do something to save ourselves and help these symptoms go away. And they are not normal. So if you think those symptoms are normal, they are not. It's a hormone imbalance that your body is experiencing right now. And what you can do with it is heal your liver, heal the gut microbiome. Maybe it's just a stress issue, so maybe you just need to do something to de-stress. Possibly, maybe 100% diet issues. How much alcohol do you drink per day? Because alcohol is also going to cause hormonal symptoms. And the studies are also saying that the more caffeine you drink, the worse the menopause symptoms are going to be. Now, I'm not saying that's the cause. You might be watching this right now and you're like, I don't drink caffeine. Okay, that's just one thing. Studies are saying it's caffeine. I don't drink caffeine. I only have matcha tea. Matcha is full of antioxidants which help to prevent things like cancer. And yes, it does contain caffeine, but I limit mine to just one drink per day for the health benefits. And also, some of my clients have started drinking matcha instead of coffee because they wanted the energy, but their brain fog has disappeared. So if you eat more antioxidant rich foods, this is going to really help with your hormone symptoms, whatever symptoms you are experiencing. If you need more, you can pick my books up, especially my recipe book, and start eating more plant-based foods to help with the estrogen dominance and also helping to raise your progesterone naturally. Yes, you could go down the road of bioidentical hormones if that's something you feel you want to do. Myself, I want to manage all of this is through diet. I am on thyroid medication because I've had radioactive iodine, so my body no longer produces the thyroid hormones on its own, and that is the only hormone that I would like to take, because it's not natural. It is a synthetic hormone, and I want to make my body do it. I want my body to do what it's supposed to do, because your body is supposed to make these hormones on its own, but you have to feed it the right foods in order for it to do so. So if you live on a diet that is processed to death of food, with alcohol and sugar and refined carbohydrates and everything that's just insanely processed, you can't balance your hormones. And one final thought: a lot of women are experiencing hormone problems because of the contraceptive pill. I have been on the contraceptive pill. I was on it for 5 years because I had chronic acne, and then after that I got Graves' disease, because Graves' disease is connected to the contraceptive pill. The reason being is because you're putting synthetic estrogen into your body. It's not natural. So when you put synthetic estrogen into your body, you are going to mess your whole endocrine system up, and the contraceptive pill is the worst thing a woman can ever be put on. I am completely against it. I tell all my clients to come off the pill because their hormones are so screwed up, and it's going to take a while for your body to adjust. Now, my body is still very heavy on estrogen because I have been on the pill, and I also have a low thyroid now with the radioactive iodine I've had, and I also have low progesterone. So I have to help myself, and this is what I'm doing now, and will continue to do so as I get older. I am turning 43 next week. So my mission for me is to eat as many foods as I can to keep my hormones as in top notch as possible. That includes my testosterone levels as well. I do weight training as well as yoga and Pilates. And all I'm doing is writing my books and doing my sessions with my clients to support other people who are experiencing problems with their hormones. I'm doing this to help women so that they don't feel a mess, because there's that many symptoms that come with our hormone problems. So if you're interested, my books are there to read. Go to DaniJacksonHealthEmpowerment.com. They're waiting for anyone who's ready to start a new journey of lifestyle with yoga, nutrition, gut healing, everything. And I'm also in the process of doing my online hormone course, which you can subscribe to again via my website.